What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode of The Loud Bostonian. Today, I'll be doing my review of the new Guy Ritchie film, The Gentleman. The Gentleman is a stunning return to style for Guy Ritchie, who in recent years has strayed away from the things that made him who he is. Guy Ritchie is most known, to me anyways, and sure to a lot of people out there, for two films: Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch. And what do those movies have in common? They are both hilariously funny, they both have a huge cast of characters, and they both have to deal with the underbellied criminal organizations in London. Both of them are they're comedy movies, they absolutely are comedies, but they sprinkle in just enough mayhem to almost be their own category, you know? And The Gentleman is the closest thing to those two movies that Guy Ritchie has released in a long time. It's definitely a stunning return to form for him, and I was ecstatic for this movie when I saw the first trailer. Guy Ritchie recently has had success directing Aladdin, which, you know, as far as the Disney redirected live action from the animated movies was pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be good, and I was surprised at how much I liked it. But how much hand Guy Ritchie had, really, in that, it almost seemed like a cash grab for him to direct it. It actually was a very odd choice for that movie. But, having said that, when I saw the trailer of The Gentleman, I knew it had Guy Ritchie all over it. I mean, it's so him. It's every shot, every angle, the casting choices, the ensemble that has been laid out in this movie. It was perfect, and I couldn't wait to see it. Speaking of the cast, it's a big one. You got Matthew McConaughey as your lead, Charlie Hunnam, Hugh Grant, Colin Farrell, Henry Golding, and I know I'm missing someone big. Or maybe that was it for the big comedy stars that are in this movie, or the big actors that are in this movie. But, yeah, the movie's fantastic. As soon as I saw the trailer, I couldn't wait to see it. And, like I said, it's probably not as good as Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, but it's third, I'd say, out of the Guy Ritchie crime movies. Snatch is my all-time favorite of his. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels is just beneath it, and this one is beneath Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. But it's still good. It really is good. It's funny, and it's got issues compared to the other two. Like, I feel like Snatch and Lock, Stock are almost perfect. Not perfect movies, but the way that everything unfolds is almost perfect. This movie, it does things a little differently, and there's some things that they do in it that I probably wouldn't have done. But overall, I had a great time with the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, and you get to see Charlie Hunnam, who I like Charlie Hunnam. I love Pacific Rim. I liked Sons of Anarchy for most of the run of that series. I hated the final season. So I always want him to do well in movies, and this movie, he does good. He's very quiet in the movie, which is an interesting choice for Charlie Hunnam's character, or for Charlie Hunnam, who's usually the front and center loud action guy. Not in this movie. He's very quiet, and he was good. Matthew McConaughey kills it. He's very good in this movie. Basically, the plot of this movie is Matthew McConaughey is a pot dealer in London, a massive pot dealer, huge operation, and he's looking to sell his business. One of the people that's looking to buy his business is Henry Golding's character, who is a cocaine dealer for this Chinese organization, and basically they come to a head over the fact that Matthew McConaughey will not sell to him because he believes that his drugs are cheap, like terrible things for the people that consume them. As where what he's peddling is harmless, so that's kind of they come to heads over that. But it's not like Matthew McConaughey is some clean as a whistle like philanthropist. He's not. He's crazy too. They all have their own dark past that they gotta try to deal with here. But it's a really funny story, and it's tied up in a nice bow that's presented to Charlie Hunnam's character in the opening scenes of the movie by Hugh Grant's character, who is a private investigator who has been tasked to look into or try to bring what Matthew McConaughey's character does to light for the public eye. And he kind of Hugh Grant in this movie, guys. He's crazy. He's playing a character, that's for sure. He goes all into this like crazy kind of PI he's like, I don't know. I don't even want to spoil it for you guys, but he is a character to say the least. He's very funny, and he flirts with both sides of the table, and it's just the way he unfolds this story is very funny because he'll have dramatic moments where he's totally lying when he's relaying events to Charlie Hunnam, who's listening to the story that he's already been a part of, but he's listening to this guy tell the story, and they're just totally false. And Charlie Hunnam's like, that is categorically incorrect what you're telling me. There's no way it went down like that. And he's like, no, I know it didn't, but you gotta have a little bit of action, right? That's like a word from the movie, and it's very good. There's a lot of bodies, a lot of funny situations with with bodies and stuff like that. It's a good flick, guys. It really is. And if you love Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you love Snatch, you're gonna like this movie. It's just a good time. And I gotta tell you, January, which used to be this just throw your shitty movies into January and there's nothing worth seeing, is turning out in 2020 to be a fantastic month for movies. Bad Boys for Life was great last week, and now we're getting The Gentleman. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I want to know what you guys thought of The Gentleman. If you haven't seen it yet, are you looking forward to it? If you have seen it, what'd you think of it? And if you love the other two movies by Guy Ritchie that kind of fit the same build here, and there are other Guy Ritchie movies out there, guys, like Rock and Rolla and, what the hell was the one with, friggin' Jason Statham where he had the long hair? Revolver. So if you like the Guy Ritchie movies, I want to know what your favorites are in the way that you would list them. For me, like I said, Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, The Gentleman. But it's still a great time at the movies. I think you guys should all go and see it. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.